One important part of post-production is adding sounds and music to your film, or in this case, stop motion animation. We will be using a software called Logic Pro X to do this. Now, if you've used GarageBand, this program will feel familiar to you. If you have not to worry, it's pretty user-friendly. All right, let's get started. So let's go down to Finder or Launchpad and type in Logic Pro. Whoops. That's the icon. Double click and File New. This dialog window should pop up. Software Instrument, which is highlighted in blue, so none of the others, but Software Instrument, and Create. Your interface might look a little bit different than mine. Not to worry. The first thing I'd like you to do is go to the very right corner, and if you toggle over, there is something called Loop Browser. Please click on that Loop Browser. It'll take a little bit longer to open than mine did. What it's doing, it's indexing the loops. So it happens every time you open the program for the first time. So just be patient with it. Eventually, you will be gifted with a whole library of loops that you will be able to use to create sound effects and music for your stop motion animation. All right, so if you click on each one, it plays a loop. Some are green, some are blue. The green ones are called MIDI tracks. The blue ones are just audio tracks. I'll show you what the difference is. You can search by instrument, genre, descriptor to narrow down your search and make it a little bit easier to add sounds that are more appropriate for the particular scene or action in your film. All right. If you don't have this little MIDI keyboard, not to worry. Command K on your keyboard makes it appear and disappear. We won't need this for now. So just follow along with me and we'll get through some of the basics before experimenting a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and maybe I will feeling a little bit more relaxed. So let's do that. All right, sounds good. I'm going to take it and drag it into this timeline. This is my audio timeline. This is where all of the sound editing will happen. I added the loop. Now this bar looks very much like the bar you might have seen in Final Cut Pro when you work with your video footage. Well, this is the same idea, but it's working with audio footage. So, or sorry, audio timeline. So, pressing spacebar will play the sound. All right. I can move this at any point of the loop. If I take this loop and I click it and I go to the end and I drag it, it'll actually copy or repeat it. Okay, so you can make it longer. It'll just repeat the same loop. All right, next part, I'm going to add maybe some other sounds. Let's find something else. What do I want? Let's see what's in here. It's always fun to search around and see what's offered in these loops. You can also actually do a loop, so I was thinking of adding some vocals. All right, no vocals here. Is it vocals and instruments? Vocals. I don't have any vocals in here, so I guess I can't. You are also welcome to look online for free loops and audio files. Just make sure they're copyright free and that you're welcome to use them. Okay. There we go. So let me not get too much into this and pick another. Let's just go with this step trump beat, and I'm gonna put it over. It's a little bit of a shorter loop. Okay, as I mentioned, you can take it and drag it to repeat it. Okay, let's hear how that sounds. Okay, maybe not coming together yet, but woo, eventually. Alright, so let's add something acoustic. Now, Logic Pro is quite intelligent in that it matches up the tempo of the loops to each other so that they match up, so that they sync up basically, which is quite great because usually it'll make your mixed loops sound pretty decent. Not always, but usually. Let's see what happens. You get the idea. Okay, so I mentioned that I'd tell you what the difference between the green and the blue ones are. The green are called MIDI track, MIDI, and if I double click it, I get all this information. It has information of all the notes within that track. Audio tracks just have the audio information, which just shows me the volume of each part here. But I can't do any modifications. In the MIDI tracks, you can actually, once you get a little bit more advanced, you can actually move notes around, add notes, and so on, which is quite neat. All right, so we're done part one. Next tutorial, I will show you how to use Command K, the software instrument, so you can actually play and record some sounds without just using the loops. If you're inclined musically and would like to record sounds using different instruments, using this keyboard, then fantastic. If not, you'll still be able to play around and create some software instrument tracks. Alright, so that will be it for now, and look for the next tutorial on creating software instrument sounds.